Hello! Megabyte Unleashed here for my final review for the time being. I don't want to bore or annoy you too much, but for my final one today, I am going to be doing one of my all-time favourite figures of one of my all-time favourite characters, Beast Wars Megatron. Yes! Okay, that's the last time I'll do a bad impersonation of him, I promise. Anyway, as you can see, he's a purple and sort of tan coloured T-Rex. I don't know if that's tan or brown or what, but whatever colour you want to call it. He's very show accurate, except for his robot arm cable there. I mean, on the show you could see a plate came slid up over and covered that up, but obviously they'd have nowhere to put that on this figure, so he's got his hand poking out. You can do some weird stuff with it, but let's not go there. Yeah, like I said, he's pretty show accurate with it. Not a whole lot to say on the alt modes for the beasts. I mean, they're pretty tight. I mean, you can see the neck of him, his head doesn't stay fully up, but that's because this is a 10-year-old figure, and as you can imagine, he's seen plenty of action, but I love him all the same. Articulation, he's got his moving mouth, so he can talk. Always a nice added feature when your animals can talk. He can wiggle his little arms, have the full, well, it's not quite 360 because they get stuck on his hips there, but he can certainly move them that foot wherever he would normally want to move them, to wiggle his hands and plot to himself a bit. And his legs can rotate out. They would, but it keeps hitting each other in this mode, but his legs can rotate and also lean backwards, so if you want you can have him standing upwards like G1 Grimlock was, or as everyone claims a T-Rex now is the running mode. Personally I prefer the T-Rexes to be walking upright like that. This makes them look more menacing. And he also has a tail which is segmented, and each of these segments is on a joint, so he's got a very poseable tail, as you can see. Very poseable. And he's got a bit, all his purple bits are chrome, that's why they're shining so much. And he also has his name written on him in case he forgets who he is on a drunken night out. Probably can't see that, but written along there. And being a Transmetal, he does have a vehicle mode, which consists of flipping his feet like that, flipping his hip turbines up, and there you have a roller skating jet-powered Tyrannosaurus Rex. But not everyone can say that. In fact, who would want to say, there you have a jet-powered roller skating Tyrannosaurus Rex? But well, it's a vehicle. It's Transmetal. You know, it's not really a vehicle, but it gives him some extra speed, and he could fly in the show. But the original Beast War figures, first line non-Transmetals didn't have it, but starting with the Transmetals in Series 2, they started putting these little I'll start again. Started putting these little rub signs back on the figures like they used to have in G1. Only these ones were called Energon chips. And they've started putting them back on again with the new ones. You just rub it and there's a little Predacon symbol appears. Doesn't want to be turning up, that's what happens when it's middle of January and it's freezing. But anyway, there you are. Anyway, to take him to robot mode, which is just beautiful, you put his jets and his roller skates away, and then you unclip his tail, at the top hinge. You clip his tail from the top, and I never liked this bit. You have to sort of just snap the lower connector piece just has to be snapped out of there. Sorry for showing you a close-up of a jet-powered roller skating T-Rex's bum, but you have to see it. Anyway, I never liked that bit, but doing that because I keep thinking it's going to snap and break. And I really don't want to break this bit because it's beautiful. But I'm rambling again, so on with the show. Then you unclip the back bit, swing them up and around, lower his legs like that. Oh, I just said like that, like so, a variant of like so that everyone always says. I was hoping I'd get away without saying that, but anyway, yeah, I'll try not to say it again. You fold his little arms down, split his chest open and fold it up. Then you rotate his feet around, his entire lower waist around, and then from the back you pull his arms down, swing them out, and then you just take his T-Rex head, excuse me, and you fold it into his back, and then that clip and that tab go in together, and you just fold them down, and there you have Transmetal Megatron. Now personally, this is my favourite incarnation of the Beast Wars character. It looks the best of the three, and well, you can see it just looks awesome. Yeah, his head, you can lean it forwards, and you can't look up, but you can look down and feels he's squishing. And he's got limited head movement, but you can see side to side. Oh, I guess his head can go all the way around. There you go. He's got the head sticking up. Nasty. Anyway, his arms could go the full 360 around if his shoulder. Oh, sorry about that, folks. He went off screen. If his shoulder panels weren't in the way, as such, they can only go like that and like that without hitting something. But you can also turn at the elbow and rotate the full 360 there. He would have waist articulation if these weren't clamped onto his back. As such, doesn't, but he does have legs that can go up like that, all the way up and all the way back. Just too short to kick himself in the back of the head. Although he can kick himself in beast mode head, just in the back. So that's something. His knees bend fully. They do the full 360 thing. And he can have his roller skates and robot mode. This is going to be a long video. But his signature weapon is his tail. You just fold the little handle out. Yeah. Slide it in. And there's his signature weapon. All nicely done. And you can rotate it around so you can have the spines along the top. Each segment can rotate independently of the next. And his tail weapon can also open. It can actually open like that if we wanted to wash some windows. But there you are. Size comparison. Here he is beside the Cheetor I viewed earlier, so he is a bit bigger. And a slightly newer figure that people might actually know. Here he is beside Classic's Astro Train, since it's no good doing size comparison with figures people might not have, or not know the scale of, but there he is beside Classic's Astro Train, so it's in about the same size actually. But there is. And a little feature, well not a feature, but if you want to give them golden discs, I made a pair of golden discs here. If you have Lego Sleazer discs, or I think we're calling them Bionicle now, but these funny little discs, if you paint them gold, do some scribbling on, you can actually hold them in his weapon, just like he did in the show. And they also fit on his wrist and in the back there. So if you want some golden discs, pot of gold paint, some Bionicle discs, and you'll have them. There he is, Transmetal Megatron. Thank you for listening.